Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 2nd of June, and we're going to sit for 20 minutes. So you can sit for 5, 10, 15, or 20. So welcome. Let's begin. Good morning. There's an expression, if you want to change the world, you've got to change yourself first. And the doing of that, I guess, is how do you do that? Change ourselves. And the changing of ourselves is really just a changing of how we look at something, our perspective. But our perspectives are fairly well ingrained. We're conditioned over time to have a bias, to have a preference of how we want our world to be, based on our parents, our church, our state, marketing, social media. It kind of informs our perspective, and it becomes pretty much, it becomes ingrained over time. But that's not to say it's fixed. It can be changed. And the changing of it comes by asking yourself a question in any given situation. What's another way to look at that? And in psychology terms, it's used the expression to reframe something, to look at it in another lens, per se. But that's not to say you have to adopt that reframe. It's just purely a practice of giving your brain the opportunity to look at it from another perspective. That's not to say you adopt that perspective at all. But what you have done in that moment, the value of doing that, is that you have given your brain an exercise, and in the doing of that, you've created a new synaptic connection, another neural pathway in your brain. And with each attempt, not even attempt, each doing of that, every time you ask your brain, what's another way of looking at that? You set your brain to find another neural pathway, to create a new possibility, a new way of seeing something. And the more often you do that, the more neural pathways you are creating, the more synaptic connections, you're broadening your brain, essentially. You're broadening your possibility of perspectives. And so then, as you have done that time and time again, your brain now knows it's built a habit of creating new neural pathways. When you look at something, you find a new way to look at it. Have you ever done that thing where, you look at a cloud and say, what do you see in the cloud? And some people might see a rabbit or a bear or some sort of animal or whatever it is they see in the cloud. It's still a cloud, but you've exercised your brain. You've exercised the imaginative part of you to create a new connection in that moment, to fire your brain in a different way. The current word for that is neuroplasticity. You recognize that your brain is not fixed. It can be, it has a plasticity, it has a shaping ability. So for today, in whatever moment, exercise your brain to see things differently, to ask, what's another way to look at that? And begin that practice. And the more you do it, you will change your world. Not the world out there. The world out there will be doing its things. That does not mean, just to be clear, that if you look at the news this morning and there's something going on about some event in the world, and you might say, that's terrible, it's an awful thing. Doesn't mean that if you change how yourself and change your thinking, that event is going to be any different tomorrow. It'll still be the same event. It'll have a different impact on you because you will have chosen to see it from another light, from another perspective. And in the doing of that, you might teach someone else to do that. And that's the changing of the world. We change the world by how we see it. And then that helps others change how they see it. And that is the thing that can grow out to giving us a better, more wholesome world. So may you have a beautiful day, and Thanks for listening.